There we go. All right. Here we go. We got a best of 5. Demi versus arrogfire. All right, arrogfire versus Demi. Oh, yeah, a best of 5. Yes. No, I got you, Sushi. Yep. So the winner goes on to fight Future, correct? SDC, what up? How you doing, Sushi and SDC? All right. I don't know why this happened to. I was literally about to jump in the shower. True story. Thanks, Blue Hair Critic. Right. Make a quick tweet. I can. Sure thing. I will do so. I will do so right now. arrogfire versus Demi. Oh, thank you very much, Sushi. Oh, SDC, thank you for gifting a sub to Sushi. Jeez. arrogfire versus Demi. And winner versus Future. Thank you so much, SDC. Sorry about that, guys. We dissent. That is very nice of you, SDC. Thank you so much. Thank you, Sushi, too. And it is a best of 5. Whoops. Anyway, spawning in the upper right-hand corner of Inside and Out. Representing AlphaX, it is arrogfire in the red. Mr. Protoss, man. And his opponent in the bottom left. Of course, from AlphaX as well. This is the show match, best of 5. It is Demi, our blue cheeky Zerg player that we all love. Actually, Demi, just last week, the games were played before. We casted the OSC Masters Cup Group Stage C. And Demi provided probably one of the coolest games I've seen, but it was probably one of the biggest throws. It was insanely amazing. Like, 10 out of 10 out of entertainment points. So as much as I love to see Demi win, it was Demi versus Geralt. And it had to have been the goddamn funniest thing I've ever seen in a while. Like, it literally started off with a proxy hatch and Eternal Empire. Anyway, in this game, we're not going to see a proxy hatch, but we're going to see a force third. Demi's playing like a gentleman in game number 1. And notice I say Demi. arrogfire also could be a little cheeky as well, as he's usually known to do a lot of 3-8 roboing and PvP, and we'll see. It's Protoss, so anything's possible. He's going for a Cybercore first. What the deuce? Actually, that's a little bit of a Max Packs opener, truthfully. He does that from time to time. But we might see something extra cheeky here. All right, anyway, probe getting some minerals is being annoying, doing its job. Not really getting the gas for a bit, but it's going to be a while before there's 100 anyway. In case Demi were to do something cheeky like a speedling all in. That being said, it's a pretty standard Protoss opener. Yeah, there we go. We're going to see Stargate? Nope, not just yet. It's going right into Warp Gate. Yeah, I literally attached it. I don't know what was happening to me yesterday, too. I was casting OSC yesterday, and that actually happened. All right, thank you. I did again. Thank you, Sushi. Apologies for that. I have no idea why it's been doing that to me. That never happened until just today. Or yesterday, rather. Something's glitching out between my stream and TL.net. All right. And here we are. Got a little bit of Twilight Council action from arrogfire. Let's see what if he pulls off gas. He does. He is going into Resonating Glaives as soon as his Twilight Council finishes and he has 100 gas. So he is going for a little bit of a probably 4-gate glaive. Just 2 so far. We'll see what happens. He may go for just 2-gate and take a 3rd base, but we'll see. Usually when you pull off gas, you're really committing down, though. Demi, as his 3rd hatch started up, has a couple queens out. More in production. We'll see what happens here now. Yeah, there we go. 2 more gates. 4-gate glaive out of arrogfire. Okie dokie. Well, Demi's not really doing much with the lings right now. He knows there's some depths out there. He's not being very adventurous with his overlords. But he may have a read on it. We'll see. Yeah, he's got an early Roach Warren. It's exactly what you want to do. Not like extra early, so he still has an economy. So basically, he just wins if he holds. And that's exactly what you need. All right, War Prism is out. We got 2 more gates finishing. War is going to go across the map. He should be pushing with the Adepts too. Okay, he's going to do another Warp and Adepts. War Prism going one side. He might actually split into the center. Okay, yeah, there we go. There it is. It's the 420 4-gate Adept. The Zest build. And Resonating Glaive's going to finish up here. This should be pretty good. Okay, now we're going to see some roaches out, though. arrogfire is going to have to be careful as the roaches start popping, because, as you know, Resonating Glaives, Adepts do not do that well against roaches. Ooh, they are going to get a couple Ravagers morphing, though, and that's pretty good. Oh, nice micro from arrogfire. That is a lot of lings, though. They're starting to trade out, and the Queen is going to make this a bit of a problem. Oh, no! arrogfire loses the War Prism. That's literally the build. He's got a lot of army units, but not really any drones now. He's just starting to chisel in here, but the whole build is about constant pressure and splits. He does split off again. Okay, he does end up killing 16 drones, still counting in the natural. Every queen, every drone he gets is pretty big. That's not exactly ideal before. Yeah, he's doing good work. GG. Well, that said he did enough damage where he is going to move on. And he does have a point on this best of 5. Mr. arrogfire. Coming in hot with a basically 2-ace all in. It doesn't have to be all in, but you might as well at that point. Very crisp timing. And very well played. And we'll see what we have for game number 2. Thank you again, SDC, for the gifted sub to the Sushi. right, we're going on to game number 2. This is going to be a good one. Let's see what Demi's got for us here. You'll see why in a second. What do you want, kitty cat? All right. Here we go. All right. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Data CD's nuts. Give it up for AlphaX's arrogfire, up a point with the 48-bit glaive build in game number 1. And his opponent in the upper right, also from AlphaX, the Indian Stallion. It is Demi. One of everybody's favorite Zerg players. Let's be real here. Certainly one of mine. An absolute legend. Demi actually, yeah, he's going for Hatch. I like, yeah, he just assumed he's going to take the third. That was beautiful, but he's totally fine, gets his natural. Is going to be a gate scout out of arrogfire this time, so he is going to go uncontested on his Hatch. See what happens this time. Yeah. Not much too exciting to talk about just yet. Gas going down is probably going to be a 20 Nexus. It's a little early to tell. Yeah, it's going to be thereabouts. Now he's going 19 Nexus. 19 core. Fascinating. That is 20 core. All right. Our Zerg player's gas saturated. Do have a little probe harass going on. As to be expected. Yeah. 22 pylon, the usual Protoss opener for a macro game. Both players not really going to cheese it out yet in this show match, but we'll see. I mean, it was definitely a cheeky build in game number 1, but very standard play. Nothing too surprising, but I think Demi's just saving his spicy cheese. For game number 3. I just have a hunch. Alright. Ling's just kind of camping here. Hello. Okay, we're going to chase the probe. And, yeah. The Adept's just going to go right across the map for the moment. And will the Shade... Yeah, Shade's going to finish before. Just a little bit to scare away the Lings. Alright, again. Oh, it's also a Stargate opener this game. Metabolic boost is about 50% complete for Demi. Alright, let's see what happens. How you doing, Gemiel? Yeah, Demi is droning up pretty nicely. arrogfire still had probes. This is the time of the game where it's going to happen because of Chrono Boost, but that said, it is going to be an Oracle opener. Looks like arrogfire is possibly going for the hero build. We'll see. He does have a probe just chilling here at the third base. Yeah, but he's going to go for the hero build, so going for a fast third base. And we'll see probably another Oracle come down. No, he's going to wait for a second, yeah. He needs to get his Nexus if he's doing the hero style. We should say the hero meta. It's no longer just the build. Everybody does it. Alright, ooh, Adept's getting... Yeah, that got close. The probe goes down, so it is going to delay the... it was already delayed anyway, so... Double Adept Stalker opener, almost like a PVT opener in this case, but the Oracle does go out. Gets 3 drones. Sorry about that, guys, by the way. Does take a lot of hull damage. That being said, we do have 2 adepts going into the third base. No workers there just yet, or a second oracle coming out to get some damage or attempt to. And the natural, the adepts forcing a couple queens away. There is a queen and a spore. The 2 adepts going getting some more work. But now there are 2 oracles to fight this off. Oh, nice micro from arrogfire. Demi doing an okay job at defense, but 6 workers have fallen behind that too. So in total, 6 drones, 8 lings. Third base about 50% complete for our Protoss player. Is getting in Twilight Council and just dropped a couple gates with his Forge. Twilight Forge is obviously a hero build, so he's probably going into blank. He could change it up and go charge lots and commit down on like a 3 base push. Which honestly I don't hate, because Demi knows what to do here. He's a little picked apart economically, but he goes for a 4th base, has +1 melee, a layer, and we should see a Baneling Nest come down with this, which is basically it should be, or could be, a build order counter to the hero build. So we have the +1, we have the layer, but we don't have a Baneling Nest. I would like to see that go down, because usually you get the Baneling Nest around the same time as the layer. I'm doing good. How you doing, Nuggler Smuggler? Look at all the Demi fans in chat. Let's go. All right. Well, that said, we do have 5 gases for our Protoss player. He is walling off here with 4 gates. We might see an early 4th come out of Protoss too, which is usually what you should see in this build, but I don't know. Stalkers do be getting expensive when you're going mass stalker. All right, Blink and +1 about to finish for Protoss. Demi, in the meantime, is getting pneumatized Carapace. There's that Baneling Nest. The reason why I was talking about dropping the Baneling Nest when the layer went down is you get really fast centrifugal hooks. But he is still going to have it. Just a little more delayed. Usually when you watch like Solar do it. I call this the Solar build, more or less, but Demi does it. It's Demi. Demi does what Demi does. And he is playing quite well. So there's a little different timing. I like his fast infestation pit too. So will we see lurkers after? That's the question. He's continuing melee production. And just throwing it up so he secured his 4th. That said, arrogfire going to have that earlier 4th base as well. How you doing, Nate Diggity? I'm just waking up, guys. Literally just waking up. But we're here enjoying some good StarCraft. Yeah, army supply in favor of arrogfire. Demi really does not have much to contest this. He's at least on Ling Bane. And it's basically just a Ling. But he doesn't have a lot here. And oh my god, these spine crawlers are going to get just disintegrated. The queens as well. That +1 coming in clutch. Stasis ward helping out a lot. And we even have sentries with force fields. That's not what you hope to see. My god. Arrogfire is coming in hot. Very big Sag from Mr. Demi. Arrogfire is a bit of a monster too. I have covered quite a bit of him over time. And he definitely seems like he's improving. But I do like the fact that he can change it up. I usually watch him in PvP, so this is a bit of a treat. Unless it's like something like the Masters Cup, so this is definitely a good match. Alright, Demi is starting to get a good amount of lings out. He's just hammering down as best as he can, so he's got the ling bling. Banelings try to get in here, but there are some force fields available. Do the Banelings come crashing in? Oh no! And that stasis ward is going to leave a lot of these Banelings and lings absolutely exposed when they finish. Demi's just trying to hammer out units. It's about all he can do. He's going into Carapace too, interestingly enough. Our Protoss player getting finished charge, and he does have a robotics facility, or robotics bay coming down with another robotics facility. This could be pretty wild here. We do have a 5th base for Demi in the 11 o'clock position. Charge lots, possibly making some short work of this. Demi is out of position. He's worried about the stalkers, but they're not going to come. He's just going to sack the base. I think that's a little unnecessary, but he doesn't have the map vision to really see it. So I guess he's trying to be cautious, but he's not even preparing for attack. Okay, he's getting some queens over. You might lose the queens of the charge lots, though. Okay, one of the oracles does drop. One more was made after, so 3 oracles from our Protoss player. He's going right into Colossi. Plot twist, it's Colossi follow-up. I do like it. How you doing, Nika? How you doing, Gravy? Yeah, we're gonna have another 5th hatch attempted, but that's going down. Demi's gonna need to cancel this. Demi is unable to secure a 5th. Our Protoss player getting a 5th behind this. He is going into a lurker den, though. I like this. As long as we get fast seismic spines, we be good, fam. He's trying to get up a lot of static, but there is no spore in the main. Queens waddling their way in. The whole army waddling their way in. Okay, Demi with the nice splits after all. He does have enough workers, but he needs to be able to get a 5th base and maybe a 6th base as well. Demi's starting to float. And there's not much you can do about it without that base. Like maybe a macro hatch. I'd like to see anything go down to macro hatch and then trying to eke out a base. Would probably be pretty smart, but he's going into Hydras, Muscular Augments, Adrenal Glands, range attacks, and he is going to have Carapace +2, but our Protoss player is on +3, and he did get a 2nd Forge, going into Extended Thermal Lance, which is going to be rough against this army. Eric Fire's now committed onto Robotech, though, for a while, because he's going to be maxed out. And if he goes too heavy on Colossi, yeah, we got Seismic Spines coming. That Hive did finish, and yeah. This Ling Bling army is about to be scarier, but with the lurkers, he needs to buy time for Seismic Spines, because you really need Disruptors to fight him after, but there are Vipers coming out for Demi. Groove Spines also being researched, and Demi doesn't want to engage this just yet. Oh, he catches a little bit of reinforcements to the side, but he is going to lose his 3rd base. Not like this Demi. Oh, man, this is like a slaughter. Demi's trying to pick off the reinforcements, but he has to engage this army somehow. Okay, Lurker's going to help in defense. So our Protoss player is in a bit of trouble. Oh, nice run by down here. Oracle's actually defending this pretty well. He delays some of the production by killing a pylon, gets some worker kills, and forces a bit of a recall. There's a lot of Protoss still over here. Demi needs to cancel his hatch as much as he needs it. It's just going to disintegrate too fast. Otherwise, Demi trying to save drones, but it's not going to happen. Ling Bling going behind this. Adaptive Talons being researched for Demi. He's hanging on by a thread. He's trying to keep in this. He wants to get this win, but it's not looking good. His army supply's okay, but with 3 bases, he can't produce a lot. He's going to lose some money. War Prism is still alive. Well, was still alive. Is still alive. Hello, War Prism? All right. Banelings coming and crashing in, and yeah, our Protoss player holds. He is able to secure the position, but Demi with the nice run by. He's trying to get anything he can done, but our Protoss player has 2 more bases built behind it. I like the run by attempt, but Stalker holds because there's no A move. We didn't have an A move. It was like a little bit of an A move, and then he like had a right click in there, it looked like, unfortunately for Mr. Demi. All right, Demi's army supply is actually okay-ish, and he has gotten the worker kills. It's just the fact that he's at a huge base disadvantage that sucks. He does have a bank, and again, had he gotten a macro hatch, he at least could have kept up with some production with the little bank he had for a bit. But now that bank's going to deplete pretty quickly. Charge Lot's trying to get in here. But we now have those really powerful wings. He's going into +3 Carapace, +2 ranged attacks. The Lurker's going to be helpful. Vipers might want to pull. Oh, no, he's throwing the Vipers. Demi, not like this. He really is going to need these Vipers. Nice link by, run by again, attempted by Demi. Oh, he should just go for Big Daddy Immortal here. That would be a good play. Well, okay, Lurkers are a rev tag, but they are going to defend against the army for a bit. Forcing Eric Fire to retreat. Well, Adaptive Talents is done. Guess what? He is going to be able to defend the base from the back. He may want to get some in a different position. Yeah, they're all rev tagged. This is where he wants to split them. He could get a surround on this. The Immortal is going to be a little annoying. Eric Fire doesn't have a high Immortal count, though, so if Demi could get a nice concave with the Lurkers, which is tough, usually using defensively. But adaptive talents do help this. Yeah, you can actually kill the entire army. It's a little easier said than done, though. And then obviously the Link Blank, because he wants to kill the Colossus and the Archons, and then the rest of the Ling Bane can take care of. Colossi recalled, but guess what? The Lings, they are going to attempt to go into the natural again. Okay, yeah, just go for whatever base. Take out the 4th. I like this. Take out the 4th. There's one remaining Colossus back at the base. We had a parasitic bomb. No, it was blinding cloud. Okay. Demi narrowly holding this base. He's retaken as his 4th. High Templar warped in again for Archons. Arrogfire just relying on Colossi for splash damage. It's kind of funny to see Colossi actually doing relatively well against Lurkers, which usually you don't see. This is not really the army you're looking for. This ain't the army you're looking for fighting into Lurkers, like at the late game. When Lurkers are actually upgraded, and usually Colossi don't really fare too well. Oh, Baneling's going in. Gotta finally kill the shield battery and clean up more workers. Oh, that's unfortunate. He could have got those zealots, which would have been big too, because that base is getting mined out. Psionic Storm's landing on the Lurkers. There are a couple more available. But Demi's just gonna go for it. Is he base trading the Protoss? I don't know. This is a scary army. Demi's trying to get some energy. It's a debate. So Demi wanted to get him in. Oh no, every feedback lands. The blinding cloud gonna help for a minute, but all those Lurkers are down. This base is gonna fall. We do have some more Lurkers coming on the high ground though, and some Lings coming in from the other angle. These low ground Lurkers actually, do they help? Yeah, he didn't have any high ground vision from right at that moment. So it is going to be clean up. Big Daddy Immortal going to help. GG's called. Arrogfire takes game number 2. Can Demi come back? Is he going to cheese the Protoss? That's the question. That's what everybody's here to see. The cheeky Demi builds. I mean, he's a really good macro player too, but I think there was just that was just very well played, very well executed from Arrogfire. How you doing, Simkin? And Gravy and Nika. Mr. Pog Squirrel. Right. If you don't mind, I am gonna link a video after that just came out, and Loco messaged me back. I'm excited to watch this. I was actually just gonna watch this with my morning coffee too, but the game of Demi versus Geralt, and what looked to be over in a couple of minutes turned into a half-an-hour game. It was just incredible. Man. All right. Can Demi come back in this best of 5? That's the question. He's up 2 points in the red. Give it up for Arrogfire. Mr. Protoss. And his opponent in the bottom right, it is Cosmic Sapphire, by the way, the map. Give it up for Demi in the blue. Our Zerg player. All right, let's see what happens. Yeah, I think he's just going for pretty... Nope. He's going for gold. Is he going for gold? Yeah, he's going for gold. He could be going to proxy hatch, but I think he's going for gold. It is going to be a gate scout. Nope, proxy hatch. Let's go, Demi. He may go for a wall hatch. arrogfire just going to scout. Oh, no. Demi doesn't give a shit. He's just going right for it. He's going for the forward-facing hatch. And this is a big map. He does allow for a one-gate wall. But we'll see what happens. Sergeant Sadsack. Thank you for the raid, Sergeant Sadsack. Hope you had a fantastic stream. Alrighty. Hatchery is in production. We'll see what happens here. Demi going for gas before pool. It's technically a hatch gas pool. Colossal, go up. How you doing? Go get him, chap. I hope you had a good stream, Sergeant Sadstack. Basica, thank you for the 2 months with Prime. 'Tis the last day for the monthly payout of Twitch. I just tried doing a subathon yesterday. Was a very good stuff. I appreciate the support. Anyway, spawning pool is in production. And we do have a zealot chronoed out right here. We'll see what happens. All right. Zealot and probe gonna chisel away at this, but the hatch will finish. There's no other really reaction right here, but honestly, Protoss is pretty safe for a moment. The shield batteries, smart call. Stalker coming out. Demi not going for a link speed. Okay, now he is. Yeah. He didn't have enough gas. He is gonna have some lings out. Is producing a few. Actually, he could have got into the base to be annoying, maybe forcing the zealot out. But yeah, it's going to take a while for these links. Okay, Demi's not really sending all the links over. Stalker and zealot force a cancel in the spine crawler, but we are going to see a queen. More links on the way. Metabolic boost only like 20% done at, not even 15. A lot's happening pretty quickly, but our Protoss player defends. He is going to macro behind this. But really, yeah, it's a tough fight because you just have slow speedlings at this point. Well, slow lings at this point. And unfortunately, Demi did surround the Stalker. Usually you want to surround the Stalker right there, in my opinion. The Zealot's going to be annoying, but you can take care of it. Hello, Mr. Charlie. My cat has jumped up here, which he never does. That's really interesting. Charlie, no. Sorry, guys, my cat is going places. Charlie, you never go up there. What are you doing? You can't walk behind my monitors and unplug things. Sorry, guys. Little cat emergency. You only lost 8 in a row? Oh, that's rough. Alright. Somebody predicted that I'd be streaming within 12 hours. Charlie, get out of it. Bad cat. I gotta get a water bottle or something. Sorry, guys. Jesus. Alright, proxy hatch is going down for Demi. Demi. Oh, was trying to get in. I wish you guys could have saw that, because that was certainly something. I have my damage keyboard over here, all this junk. For some reason, he wants to go back there. That's a new one. Well, Demi does have some creep spread. There is a rando Calrissian larva over here. We'll see what happens. Simkin. Big true. Alright, there's going to be a robo follow-up, and now the larva. Yeah, I don't think these lings are going to survive. Maybe they will. Demi does have a decent amount of speedlings, but realistically, arrogfire has the larger army. But he is going to chill back, chasing down the lings that got in from the ventral sac overlord that I missed because of my cat. So Demi was on a 1 base layer, now has his 2nd base finally because of the cheese. Alright, so he's going into a roach warren. But arrogfire held this really well, to be honest. It's a cat's world. We're just living in it. True. Good boy, Charlie. Even though you were not a good boy a second ago. Alright. 3rd hatch going down, and we'll see what happens here. Oh, yeah. He's going to try to go out and keep pressuring with the speedlings. There is an observer, so this creep spread could be taken care of, but Demi is continuing the creep spread. At least buying some time. He's trying to buy some time for denying the 3rd base for a while, and he's doing a good job of it. That said, arrogfire kind of set up for a 2 base all in now. which is actually going to be pretty scary for Demi. Demi is going into glial reconstitution, getting his double gas. He's doing as good as he can to try to catch up here, getting a third hatchery, but it could be an anti-timing. He's basically got to do God's work against this. Okay, it is going to be a charge lot. Charge lot all in. Roachborn's going to be pretty helpful, though. So the one big problem for Demi is he's going to fill up on supply quick, and he needs to not drone, but this has to be scouted. Well, some creep tumors and the Ling's going to scout this. I believe they saw the Warp Prism. All right, arrogfire going for a third base of his own. Third hatch coming down for Demi. Demi did just start Roach production. He does have +1 ranged attacks coming. And, yeah. All right, Speedlings chasing down whatever they can. Oh, do they catch the Adepts? The Adept Shade's going to finish at the last second. Very unlucky for Demi. He's just trying to muster up some forces and drone, which you can't do, but he does have a few defensive units. Nothing in the natural, though. Those Lings trying to run back with the Roaches. All right, I don't hate that drone pull. There was a canceled Shade, and, well, 5 drones fall, but it could have been a lot worse. They're even on workers. But all things considered, that's about as good as Demi can hope for, in my opinion. Army supply, obviously in favor of arrogfire, but Demi's catching up a little bit. He's made up for the 5 drones. And Demi on 50 workers is actually a scary thing. A lot of Zerg, that's not a good thing. But we've seen Demi do God's work on just 50 drones. 52 drones, that's just even more scary. All right. We do have 5 Ravagers morphing with this, so it is going to be a heavy Roach Ravager comp, but he does have some Lings in with it. Realistically, it's all Demi can do at the moment. Third base is finished for our Protoss player, and he does have some static. Ling's going to try to contest this on like a Watchtower and kill the Zealot. Do actually catch that. It's going to be a charge lot Archon push. Immortals coming behind it. Another Ravager in production, and honestly, Demi might have a little bit of a tough time with this. Arrogfire actually retreats, so Demi did a good job in defense here. Observers out. Demi doesn't have any... See, this is a Templar Archives, but Demi doesn't have any detection. You can build Overseers, but I would have rather seen Dark Templar come out of Arrogfire for this case, because you really got to defend against what you can. But the OG Templar drop, or Templar-based Archon drop, is pretty good. Okay, he's recalling the Archons, and there goes the force fields. Corrosive Bile's coming in clutch, but Demi is fighting into a battery overcharge. Not ideal, but he is starting to... He's still getting some hull damage and stuff. Beautiful micro from Arrogfire with the Warp Prism, however. But Demi is going to take down that one battery. A couple batteries have been completely depleted. This is still a scary Protoss army. Demi has the numbers. He has more in production. He's got 14 Lings and 7 Roaches behind this. His Roach is getting a little abused. He's got to reposition his army. The Immortal is actually going to be probably the scariest thing here, but Stalker's pretty good against, and Archons for that matter, against the Ravagers. Ravagers actually surviving pretty well. The micro of Arrogfire is actually really good, all things considered. Demi's trying to get an anti-timing. It was as good of a timing as he could for a +1 Glial Reconstitution Roach Ravager push. TG is called an Arrogfire. Unfortunately, going to take it on a 3-0. We don't get a Game 5 series. Still very well done. All right. And now we're going to have Future. Arrogfire is going to be moving on. All right, let me take a look here. Damn, very unlucky for poor Mr. Demi. How you doing, Judgment? Oh, I actually have to post my VOD for yesterday. Alternate, okay. So we're going to start out on NA East, I'm imagining. It is going to be Mr. Future. Let's see here. Oops. Oh, this is a little redundant. And I can't join the Dave Testa channel. What? Oh, no. Okay. And people are just coming in. It's been so long since I did anything on there. How you doing, Vlad? See, everybody called it that I'd be streaming. That was up till the DGen hours with me. I honestly had something I really had to do here because I'm super late today. So I streamed in less than 12 hours from Scamathon. Thank you again, Vlad, as well, for your big help. Let's see what we got, guys. Just waiting on one of the players. Bear with me here for a minute, actually. Did we ever get a tour of the house? Oh, God. Reza, we're definitely going to do that, my man. We're definitely going to do that. But yeah. You were gifted a sub yesterday, homeboy. Let's check and go. How you doing, Reza? How you doing, Vlad? So like chilling. Guys, give me just a moment. I'm going to get some coffee. Is it cold? It's a little cold here. We don't really have any snow. I actually haven't popped my head outside yet anyway. Always chill. That's fucking funny. Guys, bear with me. I'm going to make some coffee. We have arrogfire versus Future because arrogfire moved on in a best of 5. Whoa. I'm on the seat. I had a home story cup on. That's funny. All right, guys. Oh my god, all the pug squirrels. It's all right. What up, Reza and Nika? Reza's here. Man, the myth, the legend. And Vlad. And all of you. Alright, players are just vetoing, so bear with us for a minute. Nika. Oh, I don't have my bot going. Well, we're gonna get the bot on. I don't think we have as many gifts on the scene. And again, redoing my computer, we had some issues. So some of the stuff I'm rebuilding. Alright, bot's firing up here. It's actually up, I believe. I need to make Darth Vader picture.
Good. Good. Let the hate blow through the name of you.
Hey Dave, where'd you learn that build?
I beat you again? Oh boy.
Princeton University.
Big oof. All right. We're just waiting on vetoes again, and we'll be ready to rock and roll here. Guys, I gotta admit, I am not really prepared to be streaming this second. So this may be it for a bit, because I need to do some things. I was really hoping to do some things today before I got to stream immediately after a 12-hour. Well, I could have gone longer, but I was honestly feeling a little shot. I did like nothing but stream yesterday. So we could at least use a shower here. You know, maybe do some dishes and stuff.
Good. Let the hate blow through the name of you.
All right, now we got the videos going. Oof. Well, while they're vetoing, now I can get some coffee in. I don't have any of my fun mugs right now, you know? Alrighty. And thanks to Sushi and Some Drunk Canadian and AlphaX for inviting me to this. All right. Well, we're just waiting, folks. And that's okay. Because you know what I say to that?
I'm Cosmo Kramer, the Yes Man.
Do we have...
Excellent.
Ah, this scene doesn't have my scuffed Mr. Burns and Homer. What, a magic turtle?
Bite my shiny metal ass.
Or Bender. I need to add them into this. Yeah, I'm gonna redo this whole thing. Because for fun events, we still keep the gifts on. When it's not anything too crazy. Actually, I think well, I did have some on. I did keep them on for the Home Story Cup qualifiers even, so. Realistically, the only stuff I get rid of them on usually is ESL, EPT, or DreamHack events. But even then, I'm starting to think, meh. You know what? As some of you guys say, StarCraft needs a scuff side. That's where we deliver here on the Dave stream. Where else are you going to watch some degen old man smoking cigarettes, in the past drinking too much beer, etc., and playing StarCraft and casting StarCraft? You got it, Magic Turtle. You got it. All right, we're just waiting here. So we got a PVT coming up here. At some point. No worries. No worries. We are in a lobby. So we're a step closer to the match. All right. And again, a best of 5. We'll see what happens from here. I think this could go either way. Future, possibly the favored player. But look at Protoss. No, I'm just kidding, you know. You know what I mean?
Imagine Protoss. Imagine Terran.
All right.
Imagine Zerg.
All right, looks like we have a match coming up here. And we got our match. Is it bad that I'm too lazy to control S between stuff right now? Nah. Nah, we're going for it. We're going right in. Oh man, I was hoping it was DaveTestaSC. It's not, and I already knew the map, but still, it would have been funny because I had something lined right up. Anyway, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Waterfall, representing AlphaX. Give it up for Future in the yellow. And his opponent in the upper right. AlphaX as well. I mean, it is an in-house team match. best of fives for $50 in each one. Give it up for Future and Future. Arrogfire in the blue. Scuff Dave waking up. All right, let's see the builds out of these guys. I have a feeling Future's going to have something cheeky up his sleeve. Let's see. Arrogfire going for a Gate Scout, actually. Well, maybe not. He could be open and pretty standard. By and large, these guys are going for practice, I think, too. So it's not just for show matches. And I do think Demi almost had his timings on some of the stuff when he was playing his macro games pretty well. And just an unlucky game 3. Still very well done. Is going to be a 1-on-1 from Future, or at least a Barracks Factory opener. He may just go for the high ground. I love how Arrogfire is just checking for proxies right off the rip. He's like, nah, we're not getting proxy maraudered. We're not getting proxy reapered. Or at least we're going to be aware of it. But that is not going to be the case. All right. Yeah, Arrogfire just going for a core expand. Pretty standard stuff. And, is Future going to psych out a... No, he's not going to. He's like, this is a really late probe, so Future might actually be a little nervous, too. He may go, well, we could be getting cheesed. I think, actually, Arrogfire may have gotten the information he needed without going all the way in, but truthfully, I think he should have went and scouted the gases. Arrogfire did not do so. Okay, he's continuing to look for proxies. He just knew with the production time and stuff, I think, that he was going to be fighting a 1-1-1 or a Barracks Factory opener into 1-1-1. We'll see what happens. Reaper going out. Adept is going to finish before the Reaper comes. Reaper getting a little scouting information, but Adept is going to take care of it for the moment. Grenade does hit the Adept. Shade going into the natural. I actually would hope, okay, you get a nice cancellation. The probe gets a full scout after, but doesn't go. I think he should have harassed this. So he's going to see that it's 2 Reapers and a Hellion opener, and there's the starport. Curious if Future is going to go for, okay, it's more Adepts. It's going to be a Twilight opener still. I really don't hate 3 Adepts against this, but realistically, 2 Adepts and a Stalker, or an Adept a Stalker, and then another Adept isn't too bad. The Adepts do some pretty good DPS to both Hellions and... Oh no, the Adept, one of them shades forward. Hellions and Widow Mines. But they have something in the ground's pretty good. Oh! Okay, we're going to see another Stalker come out. 3rd Adept is done. And that is 3 workers so far. But again, like I said, the damage to the Hellions pretty good. The Reapers fall. Beautiful cleanup. And it could have been a lot worse for Arrogfire. Arrogfire is going into blink. It is just 2-gate blink so far. And we'll see what happens. Okay, a Viking opener. Future going for possibly a 2-base push. Yeah, he's getting a Cyclone with this. So it could be just an unstem Marine push with this too. Oh, no, there was a Widow Mine. Hello, Dave. Does he catch the Widow Mine? That is the question. I think he may, but if the Widow Mine lands, oh, he's going to get it. So far, brilliant defense. Arrogfire is playing very well today, I might add. And it looks like he's going to go for a 3rd base. Okay, no, he's going to take one at, we'll say 11 o'clock. We'll call it the 12 o'clock base, but it's kind of just off. So a nice 420. You might say it's a nice expand. Adepts don't really do much against Cyclones, unfortunately, but he's just trying to keep Future busy. That said, we do have a decent number of Stalkers starting to come out. It is going to be a Marine Tank Liberator push. And yeah, you can hold this with Blink, but when it's 2-gate Blink, it do be a little rough. Mostly because they're unstem Marines. But usually, if you scout the tech lab, and it's funny, he did have... Funnily enough, he did have the Adepts out, so he could have scouted the fact that it was a push. But oh my god, he's doing some great job with few Stalkers. Does lose the Observer, but he's actually doing a lot of damage to the Viking. Cleans up the SCVs. Actually forces the SCVs back, but he's catching a lot of Marines, and Medevac be damned. He's done a pretty good job here. He's even done a lot of damage to the Viking. The SCV is going to go back to repair the Viking. But we are going to have Big Daddy Immortal popping right now. And with the tank, this is going to be rough. The Liberator also. And all these extra units going to be a bit of a problem. Oh, nice target firing of the Siege tank with the Immortal. The Immortal's in a lot of trouble. There's not a lot of Protoss units left. But I'd say, for the most part, by and large, ArrogFire is doing about as good as he can for little bits of production. A third gateway coming down. Again, no stem. This is going to be relentless push from Future. And unfortunately, this could be a build order counter for our Protoss player. He just doesn't have the army. ArrogFire's down to 8 units, and that's a big sad because he's done great micro. Very efficient trades, considering. I mean, he's lost his stuff, but they were considering how the economy is of our Terran player. Oh my god, he's going into a third CC too. So that's the problem. Yeah, it's not looking good for ArrogFire. I think he did get some good trades on the pushback, but then I went a little sideways. Charges on the way. It's a weird situation, and you don't see it too often, where Protoss goes charge, but like if you go charge a lot instead of blink against this, and you scout it, it actually can be quite good. But the third base is a problem, or if you go 4-gate blink. But realistically, you need more gateways for a chargy boys. Immortals do be pretty good against the bunkers and the siege tanks, but they have to be in range of a shield battery. Oh, the forward face, yeah, a little clumped up Immortals here, and they're target firing the Marines, not the Vikings. Oh no, does he go back? Yeah, he's kind of throwing away the Immortal. Not like this. All right, Marine's gonna go pressure with the Viking into the third. That third base looks like it's done. And realistically, this is the kind of build that you gotta hold the third. Oh, he's gonna recall some units. Chargy boys are on the way, but I think this Nexus is in trouble. Everything's going to hit it. Siege tank even in a beautiful position, but Chargy boy's gonna try to kill a tank, but the bunker with Marines and the friendly fire of the other tank gonna do some work. Yeah, he's gonna lose the third base. With that said, I think he's going to lose the game. Charge lots are not. Okay, he's finished some gateways. Another option would have been a Dark Shrine, which he doesn't really have the gas for on 3 gas with everything he's been doing. I guess he could. But yeah, we do have Stem coming up here. Stem is basically going to be the death blow here, I'm pretty sure. Is ArrogFire gonna go? Okay, he's gonna attempt to drop, but he can't really do that. There's just too much bio right here, and the clock's ticking with Stem. Future with just a massive army supply. Oh no, he's going to kill the gate. He's gonna have to get some good positioning. That gateway actually did hurt him quite a bit. There's just so much Terran here, so he's gonna attempt to go from the back. I mean, realistically, he could go with the War Prism across the map and get some collateral damage, and that is what he's gonna do. Future ArrogFire did produce a ton of workers. Okay, the Chargy boy's coming from behind and gonna force. Oh my god, look at this. Future's so good. Behind everything, he just went to go and take it all out. ArrogFire desperately trying to take this out. Does get one of the bunkers. Charge lots coming in from a backwards surround. GG's called, though. He can't do it. Future takes game number 1. Yeah, that went from very good to a little rough. Oh my god, ArrogFire with 435 APM. Actually cracked. So, like I said, he was microing his heart out. Yeah, I gotta show you guys this. This is actually pretty incredible. Future with 256 APM because he's just pushing, sieging, whatever. And even with all that macro, but ArrogFire really sweating it out that game at 435 APM average. His Protoss actually cracked. I think he did about as good as he could, considering the build he went for. I feel like that was a little bit of a build order counter with the 2-gate blink as an opener. So yeah, we'll see what happens in game number 2. once we get it rolling. Oh, we got to go to EU. Aha. Alrighty. Moving on to game number 2. All right, this time on Cosmic Sapphire, spawning in the upper left-hand corner. He's red. He's Protoss. Give it up for arrogfire. And his opponent at the bottom right. It is our yellow Terran player. Give it up for Future. Looking to go for a proxy Rax. Kind of curious to see where he is going to go to. All right, arrogfire going to go for a gate scout again. I think he's going to scout around for... Similar to game 1. Now, any of you guys that know Future, this isn't that surprising to see. Okay, he's going on the left side, kind of in pathing. Obviously, it's going to be out of pathing, but it's pretty close where if the probe goes on and scouts and looks around a little bit over here, he may know. That's a common proxy spot. He is not going to find it. He's going to look into the center of the map. How you doing, Fresh 808? You guys called it. You were up pretty late last night. Dave was on in less than 12 hours. Lisa Camaro. Are you driving? Oh, Vlad, you're driving, yeah. Police? Oh, boy. You're like, I'm watching my stuff and driving truck. What a legend, Vlad. Second supply depot going down, and yeah. It is going to be a 1-1-1 after with the proxy Rax opener. Yee. All right, kind of a scuffed wall from arrogfire. He doesn't miss rally. Okay, it is going to be... Oh, my God. Is he going for the Dolan build? Everything's called the Dolan build, right? As Hero Marine was telling me. Teasing Dolan. Yeah. It's going to be a proxy factory. We may see a quick armory. We'll see what happens. Hopefully he doesn't go to float it and he goes for a proxy starport. All right, Zelly Boy's going to buy some time, but I think we're going to probably see... we're likely to see some probes go down here. Adept is coming out here pretty soon. One probe falls. Some of them do have shield damage. Oh, a little bit of miss micro, but it is tough to do when you have that early of a Reaper. Reapers do be pretty fast.
Underestimate the power
does the shade
of
complete?
the Dark Shrine.
Does the Reaper get... Oh, it's so close. It's so damn close. Second Reaper is coming out. Adept Shade going to go chase it down. Zealot going to get one hit on. Is going to be another Adept opener. It's going to be a Stargate opener. This could be very rough. Low ground CC and an Armory. I called it. It is going to be Cloaky Boy Widow Mines. Starport going... No, it's just the Armory right here. So... the Reaper did a good job of scouting out the Sim City here with the Reaper wall. So he does know he can't land right there. Sounds like it's raining outside. On local weather reports from Dave. All right. Two Dep's going to shade out, and Widowmine is going to land. Armory not quite finished just yet. Widowmine needs to be attacked quickly. Yeah, that's not looking good. The Armory's going to pop any second, and this could be a little rough because he's going to need an Oracle. He's going to find out quickly that this is a Armory Widowmine. Does he kill it? Oh, no, that's so damn close. All right, he is getting an Oracle at least, but this could be a little bit of a build order counter. Back at home, he is getting a couple racks. Yeah, he's going 3 racks after. Well, flying the barracks back as well. Not going into his starport just yet. But is going to have some success with these Widow Mines. Oh, he was hoping to catch an Oracle right here. Very intelligent placement of the Widow Mine. All right. Well, at least he doesn't have to worry about an Artosis pylon. You know, I don't hate that wall, actually, as much as I think about it that early. Do leave some positioning for a possible Reaper grenade. I'm not actually sure about that. Oracle does help to clean up the one Widow Mine, but is going to go across the map and get some damage. Well, there's nothing back home to defend it. A Viking is eventually going to come out, but he is going to get, well, he's going to force a lot of lost mining time, get a couple mules, which is even bigger. 4 worker kills and does a lot of damage. Recalling the Oracle. Oracle does not have any energy, and he's going to try to debate the Widow Mine. More Widow Mines. Oh my god, it's a mine machine. And some Vikings. Yeah, he's not going to have energy for a while. I think this is just going to work out in time. It is enough units to one-shot the Widow Mine, but it's cutting it pretty close here. I think arrogfire has this timed out perfectly, but this is playing with fire. Yeah, he's got to rev tag it right now. Okay, there it is. All right, he's like, just kidding. Zealot getting scout out for Widow Mines. This Widow Mines is getting peppered everywhere. Factory going to return back home. And after the Viking, we are going to see a reactor on the starport. Stim and combat shields on the way. No eBay just yet because of how cheeky the build is. And we are going to see a proxy gate from our Protoss player. He only has the one Oracle. He is going into Blink, but I'd like to see another one just because, well, Widow Mines do be a thing. And now there's a Viking with this. Is a little rough. And yeah. Well, the Widow Mines are just chilling back at home for now. And the proxy armory do be a thing. Clock's ticking for Stim and combat shields, but Blink's coming in. arrogfire takes a slight supply lead. He is going for a third base, and he does have 4-gate Blink this time. Oh, no. Okay, he does about as good as he can to micro against... The probes were really clumped up, so the micro against the Widow Mines is not going to be able to get them in the natural, and... Oh, does get a good Blink. One Adept is... Well, no, actually, no. Neither Adept fell. It was a lot of splash damage. 7 probes went down between all this. arrogfire had on workers slightly, but with a larger army supply. No siege tank, because this is a bio build. Stim and combat shields is going to finish at some point here. Lots of SCVs to repair the bunker. But is going to force quite a bit of repair time. Our Protoss player is rather. I'd like to see him. Well, yeah, he probably should have went in with the Oracle and blinked into the main. And kind of forced the bio back. Stim and combat shields weren't done. Stim is going to finish here. Combat shields has completed. And kind of a bit of an anti-timing. Concussive shells in the way. Stim is finishing right here. It's a boys pool. Well, temporarily. +1 on the way for our Terran player. Third base has completed for arrogfire. And yeah, we're going to see a little bit of a push out. Charge is on the way. Good job, Dave. Thank you. And we're going to see a couple gateways being dropped. Mamma mia. The proxy gate was a bold move. And I don't think it's going to pay off in dividends. That's more production. He wanted to be pressured, but I'd say Future did a fantastic job of being right on top of this. The rev tag helping out. Adepts shading in, trying to scare Terran back. What the hell are we watching? Han Solo versus Stormtroopers. Adept's gonna go get a couple worker kills, possibly. And then he's just allowing room for the Stalkers to jump right back in. The Oracle chilling back behind this. He does pick up a few units behind this, and +1 is finishing. +1 going down for +1 ground weapons, rather, for a Protoss player. Infantry weapons completing for arrogfire, and a beautiful rev tag. Will keep eyes on the Terran army. Funnily enough, the armory is still just chilling here. +2 infantry weapons, because the armory is proxied and out. arrogfire has no idea, and this one cheeky Widow Mine is still here. If he finds that armory, that could be big, but unfortunately, Future went right into +2. So he's going to capitalize on that armory being alive, at least for right now. It could go uncontested the whole game, possibly. We'll see how long this game goes on. arrogfire with a pretty massive worker lead, does have a third base. Widow Mine is going to get the Zealot, and it's kind of hard to pay attention everywhere, but arrogfire may make a mental note that it's there. Army supply is dead even. And we do have a lot of chargy boys. The Widow Mines are not with the army. And the Oracle with the rev tag means we might be able to see us around here. Okay, I like the split off from our Protoss player. He's going with the Zealot Stalker on the low ground. The Oracle's right here. Oracle's going to get jumped on, and it is going to go down. Zealot's going to try to run by in a third, which is not existing yet. It's not landed. It's just going to be an orbital. But he can get some damage. Yeah, he's going to get some worker kills. Maybe force some... Okay, he's disjointed the army, and he's going from two sides. A couple Zealots over here. Not a lot of them, but they are going to help clean up some of this bile. The medevacs were disjointed from that little Zealot assault. And actually, the Zealots on the side, some of them did survive. So he got some decent worker kills. Protoss still trading a little less efficiently, but Photon Cannon going to help the fight with the... Oh, no. Yeah, Widow Mine does get cleaned up. Oh, man, more Widow Mines here. You know, I hope arrogfire he could actually think about it and get this, get the armory, but I think he's totally forgot about it. Future was just able to fly back home. Proxy not really dealt with, and we'll see what happens. All right, that said, we do have some boys pulled down to the third more. We do have 3 base saturation. We don't have a fourth from Protoss. He really should have got a fourth against this. Was a cheeky opener. And is now 10.5 minutes. He's getting into Colossi and extended thermal lance. Wait. Did he scout it? No, the Zealots posturing for a drop. Oh, man, that's so unlucky. Widow Mine drop is going to go in. But is it? Wait, where'd that one go? Okay, he's dropping a Widow Mine for a charge lot run by possibly over here. Stalker's keeping the debris field here for the moment. That is so funny. He is just in almost staring distance of the armory. The one Zealot. Future does have an army supply lead. Going into +3 infantry weapons and +1 armor with enhanced shockwave. This is looking scary for our Protoss player. He's going into +1 armor. Does have more Colossi out. Extended thermal lance going to kick in eventually. But we do have a little squad that is scouted by the Zelnaga Watchtower. Zealot Guardian, we'll call it. Widow Mine is going to be, one of them is going to be scouted here as arrogfire tries to push out. He's going to send some Zealots in trying to take something out, but this is a lot of Widow Mines. And catching that the armory would have been massive, but this is too many Widow Mines. Is he going to get his surround and get some friendly fire? At least it is not. That's going to be a lot of damage. Zealots unable to find some damage, so that's a lot of money down the tubes. Arrogfire, meanwhile, trying to get a fourth base just now. Some good pylon position. Oh, this is going to be scouted, but that rough timing. Truthfully, he should send the Zealot over there. Eventually, it will crack. Send 2 Zealots. It'll finish a little quicker, and during the push, considering it's a Widow Mine heavy push with Marauders, Marines, go somewhere at the tail end of this. He's going to maybe catch a medevac, but oh man. Other than Colossi, there's no disruptors right here. Colossi is going to be pretty good against the Widow Mines, and there isn't an observer with the army, which could be rev tagged. Okay, these pylons are going to scout where the army is for a moment. Obviously, Future sees the one with the armory. Scouting armory. That's something you don't see every day. Oh, observer is killed. And we're going to see a medevac retreat back. Zelly Boy is still got... Yeah, I guess he's going to have eyes on this army as it goes down. Future's trying to get everything he can, but this armory is going to fall at, sadly, not before +2 infantry... Oh, no, +2 infantry armor isn't started, so it's going to be 3-1. Our Protoss player going into double forge upgrades just now. That said, there's going to be a huge push from our Terran player on the southwest side, and honestly, arrogfire is going to have to do whatever he can to split and take care of this. Actually, this was a very intelligent split. However, that's 4 Colossus, 1 Immortal, a Sentry, and an Archon against a lot of Marauders and a lot of medevacs. Not a lot of medevacs over here, and I think he even could win this side. It's just, unfortunately, there are 2 Vikings and 1 Colossus. Well, I'd rather see... I guess fortune is on his side. It's better to lose 1 Colossus than possibly 2 to 3. But it's not really a big force over here. Most of the medevacs retained on the east side of Future. Future is going to land a 4th base, so he is going to get a planetary fortress possibly. We got disruptors being warped in just from one robotics facility out of arrogfire. Would like to see another robotics facility, at least maybe a dark shrine going down, because we are going into the late game. Beautiful recall, does miss the Archon. Unluckily, and it is going to derp over. Yeah, that's one dead Archon, unluckily for arrogfire. I don't think it's going to matter too much, but they do be expensive. arrogfire really should consider a 5th base, probably at 12 o'clock because it's safer. Oh, look at that. He's doing it right then. Dark Shrine is going down. We do have another disruptor in production. He does have double robotics facilities, just he's only producing one. Maybe a little bit of a hotkey blunder for a minute. Does happen to the best of us and the worst of us. And those of us with gunked up keyboards from too much beer and coffee. Run, fat boy, run, exactly. The chonky disruptor does run away. Future actually down on army supply for a moment, but he has to, well, arrogfire has to be careful. The bio is just creeping up here. Scan does reveal the disruptors. Now we got double disruptor production. Dark Shrine on the way. We don't have a warp prism out just now. 5th base is going to finish up here in a little bit as the fight ensues. 4th just established for our Terran player. It is a planetary fortress, of course. And some of the supply depots may go down. Okay, now our Protoss player is being very cautious. He's taking this angle of a... I don't know why he's taking this angle of a fight, but this isn't a tank opener, obviously, so at least there's that. But there's a lot of medevacs, and we do have a ton of ghost production. SimCity's actually going to help out with disruptors. Do any land. That's a lot of Novas. Oh, a bunch of the Terran army is absolutely destroyed, but could have been a little better, honestly. The Vikings actually jumping right into the Colossi. I would like to see them micro back, but he's just trying to chisel away at this Terran army. The Vikings doing a really good job. Okay, he's just trying to zone in to get some good Novas, possibly. Future's usually pretty good at dodging Novas, but guess what? Does catch a couple Marauders behind this. And yeah, Stalker's target firing the Vikings. Beautiful blink forward, but he's going to lose all the Colossi, I think. Is he? Oh no, that Viking's on death's doorstep and he's not attacking it. Okay, he does get the Viking, saves the Colossi barely. Okay, we do have a disruptor here. Blind Nova coming from each direction. And there's more disruptors on the tail end. But it's only singular disruptor production. I do think there's probably a hotkey glitch here. It's not insulting arrogfire. These things do happen in the matchup. These disruptors look like they're in trouble. Only 2 are recalled, and they're both going to fall before they can be recalled. Army supply now massively in favor of Future. Well, it's actually 2-1 in favor of Future. Game's getting a little scrappy here, but still an interesting fight. I really don't think he should have taken this fight here, truthfully, but Future's down to 43 workers to 67. We have no more probes in production at the moment, and actually I don't really hate this just because of the state of the game. We'll see what happens from here. Sound like a watchtower taken by the Zealot, and yeah, this is getting mined out here for Future. He's just mining on 2 bases. Kind of a scrappy game. Oh my god, Future's just going for it. He knows he's behind, I think. That could be unfortunate if he loses. This medevac is really, really injured with just 3 HP. This probe may scout. Yeah, it's definitely going to scout this. But most of the Protoss army is over in the 3rd base location. Oh no. Alright, arrogfire's moving as quick as he can. Does scare off the Terran army for a moment. And yeah, that was... I thought he was going to jump into the main, which would have been pretty nice. But is not going to be the case. Okay, arrogfire's got a Zealot to scout out this. Do we see another base being attempted? No. At this point, you'd probably fly your orbital. Just because of the economy of the game. I love this map control from arrogfire, though. Does have a Zealot everywhere. Sees where the main army push is. There's another one on the west side. He's looking for drops. And yeah, is going to scout the westward flank as well. Okay, arrogfire is going to have to try to split off Future with the massive army supply lead. But he's in 2 positions. He's going to push on 2 fronts at the same time. And the entire Protoss army pretty much... Oh no, the disruptors are going to stay here in defense, which can be a little rough. Okay, he's going to get everything together. Oh wow, Future's splitting everything off. Yeah, that was some very good strategy. So there's a flank on the right, and it's the massive flank. That's the meat of the army. Protoss trying to go into the 4th, though. We don't have any DTs made yet, too, either. Funnily enough, War Prism is going to take an EMP and get shot at. Disruptors are out, and one blind zoning Nova is not going to do shit to the army. The Vikings and the Liberators are going to take out a lot of this. The Liberators are going to be the scary part of this. There aren't a lot of Stalkers. And do we have ship weapons? We do not. But still, not a lot of Stalkers that contend the Liberators is definitely a problem. Nova's catching some good hits. Actually, the army on the bottom side, a nice flank from our Protoss, but there's so much Terran here. He needs God tier disruptors. Yeah, he should have launched a couple. Yeah, they can be evaded, but after a while, this Terran army's so clumped up, he's going to take out a lot of the disruptors. It's just blink Stalkers, which kind of suck at this point of the game when you're against that many Marauders. They are getting really damaged. The Photon Cannon actually aiding in the fight. The Medevac's keeping them alive, though. And arrogfire's down to 22 army supply. It's a very unlucky spot to be in. He's done so much good economic damage. The DT's in the fight, and arrogfire's going to concede Future Pigs game number 2. Very good stuff. And now we switch servers. Oh my God. Imagine phones. Actually, imagine Dave doing what he was going to do today. Potentially the last match unless arrogfire can come back. Game number 3 incoming. Oops. Misclick. All right, this time on Inside and Out on Game 3, spawning the bottom left-hand corner, it is a Future. Immediately sending a SCV across before a supply depot. So he is going for a quick Rax again. And his opponent in the upper right, it is arrogfire. Hoping to come back. He's going to need to win 3 games in order to win the $50 from the show match. He did beat Demi, so if he did win again, I don't know. Actually, I think that it is just a show match period on there, so it is for fun and practice for these guys. Yeah, it's going to be a double gas opener from Future. We're not surprised to see it. arrogfire going to go out for a Gate Scout. Actually, a Gate Gas Scout. So, was it a Gate Gas Scout? Whatever, it was a Gate Scout. A little later, he's going to see that it is going to be a 1-1-1 with the Proxy Rax. And how does he defend? Yeah, this map's tough. The Reaper wall, you have to kind of SimCity it. It's about as good as you can do. And actually, this is going to be a decent position here. Reaper will still be able to get in, but he does prevent the lower side. arrogfire just going for standard setup otherwise. And he could drop a shield battery after, but realistically, the Reaper's going to be out. The first Reaper's going to be out before then. Future return him with the SCV. And this is all going to be scouted by arrogfire. Now, it's going to sound interesting, but he's not going for the Zealot. which I guess it does kind of suck because you have nothing to defend against the Reaper in terms of armor units, but you'll get the Adept a little faster maybe, and you're going to have all of your macro set up there. All right, we're going to see the barracks just return home after one Reaper, so this is going to be one Reaper. We'll get a few worker kills, at least. That Reaper actually is doing a fantastic job. Pretty decent micro from arrogfire. He catches the Reaper, the Adept finishes the job, the grenade hits, but still only 2 workers fall. It could have been a lot more devastating than that. With a little bit of missaturation there for a second, but that's okay. He did a fantastic job holding. Looks like it's going to probably be a Stargate opener because we don't have, well, we don't have anything. I'm hoping this game it's Phoenix's. arrogfire does like his Oracle openers, but personally, I like going straight into Phoenix's sometimes. But he needs to scout this out. All right, he sees the... Yeah, he doesn't know if the barracks is gone. arrogfire being cautious. He's just going to scout both thirds, be poking around a bit, stand in position. That's a scary thing because you really need to get across the map to see if there's a tech lab. Is going to be Cyclone opener. It's going to be 2 rack. This could be 3 racks factory. Oh, look at this. Cyclone is going to pop here in a second. A little delayed. But arrogfire going to be a bit of a nuisance for a moment. He doesn't get a kill on the SCV, but does get Future's attention, and he got a beautiful scout. Now he knows there's a tech lab. Should see the 2 racks. He thought there was a factory. Yeah, it's going to be a 3 racks factory, which is a very strong build, and he is going for another tech lab, possibly going to switch. He might go to Widow Mines, but he may just commit down onto tanks. He could just go for a stim tank push, and but I'm thinking... Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I don't think this is going to be... He's going to use the 3rd barracks to start combat shields. We'll see here. Okay, now he's getting his starport in a quick 3-1-1 as a follow-up. Twilight Council is going down Warp Gate just here, so it isn't going to be a starport. He is going into 3-gate blank, maybe 4-gate link. Yeah, he's proxying a 4th gate. All right, I kind of like this. There's no robotics bay in this kind of opener just yet. But I think he's going to go in for pressure. And he did open Stargate. What a bonehead I am. So it's just Stargate into blink. It's a little bold move. And with 3 racks factory, that's where... That kind of like 3 racks can be pretty good against Phoenix Colossus. Phoenix Charge, I think, is pretty good against this. But he's not going to do that. He's going Oracle into blink. Blink's pretty good against 1-1-1 stuff, but when it's 3 racks factory, it can be a little tougher to deal with. That said, it is going to be a reactor again. So, yeah, probably Widow Mines. All right, there's the combat shield stem finishing up. He's probably going to go into concussive shell after. We got 2 medevacs coming. And some stalkers warping in here. We do have a 3rd base going down for Protoss, too. The one good thing is there's a Cyclone. Stem did finish, though, unfortunately. That's not what we're looking for when you're playing Protoss in this situation. Okay, he's going to try to get a rev tag, maybe. Does get a rev tag. Is keeping some eyes on this. And is going to see the medevacs popping, etc. No Widow Mines just yet. And the 3rd base is coming down. arrogfire, obviously a little behind on workers, workers and army supply, but then combat shield is a deadly combination with medevacs. We do have some marauders out as well. And the Cyclone also going to be a bit of a pest. Oh, Adept's going to try to shade. Kind of tanking some of this. We do see some Marines going down as well. There's going to be a pretty big Terran assault here. The timing is rough. Some reinforcements being picked off. Well, at least a Marine or 2 being picked off from the 2 Stalkers. Marauder is going to be a bit of a problem, though, but there's no concussive shells just yet. There's going to be Widow Mines, too, with this. I think this may be a multi-prong attack after from Future, but he may just kind of bring everything together. Stalker's going out to the side here. Stalker's going to reposition at the gate. 3rd base has been established for arrogfire, and he does have 3 gas saturation. Going into a forge, double gate follow-up with it, too, so he's going to be at 6 gateways eventually. Oh, Widow Mine's getting cleaned up. Is kind of nice. Let's take a look at the trades. A little more in favor of our Terran player. Oh, the gateway scouted. And guess what? That was... Oh, I don't agree with that blink at all. He does have the numbers. And concussive shell's not done. But he's taking a lot of a beating. Cleans up all the Marauders, but he still has to respect the Marines a bit. Oh my god, he's lost his entire army. Cleans up the medevac though. Escapes with 3 stalkers. Is he gonna escape with 3 stalkers? Marines are there. Don't want to overstem too much, but he knows there's like no army for Protoss. Still a good, I guess a good catch from here, but what is the Widow? Oh yeah, Widow Mine drop. Let's see what happened. That Widow Mine only got 1 kill, so behind this, somehow with no units practically, arrogfire does contest it. A 4 Widow Mine drop to follow up. Future knows no chill. Okay, Widow Mine gets cleaned up behind this though, but there's 4 more. That could make a huge difference for a Terran player. He's going into a 3rd CC. Still leading. Oh, actually, he's not leading the army supply, but the Widow Mine's coming in. Does he pull? This is a little bit sloppy. And oh, actually, pull works out pretty decently. There's 1 more Widow Mine though in the main base. Does he react to this? He does. A little bit of a misplay. Oh, never mind. arrogfire is actually playing crack this game. He's being way more aware than the previous. And even with the build, he's doing pretty good. 2 more gates get him pop. Forge on the way. +1 ground weapons in the way. Infantry armor behind this for our Terran player. Widow Mine catches a probe, but there's another Widow Mine behind this, and it is going to get, well, nice split on the Zealots. Bioforce behind it. So arrogfire did lose some units in this. Okay, Zealot catches this. arrogfire is doubling down on all this.
Let the hate blow through.
Oh no, the proxy's going down. That's 1 gate, 1 pylon, but Widow Mine. Oh, yeah, arrogfire did about as good as he could on the micro there. He did have to sack a stalker, but Future is leading a little bit in the army supply. Oh my god, another Widow Mine drop. Pylon is going to scout it going into the third base location. What a scrappy game, but now our Terran player on a 3rd base as well, going in for another eBay and armory at the 3rd. Which worked as SimCity, and still he got the upgrades. Concussive Shell coming a little later, infantry armor finishing up, and more Widow Mines. Concussive Shell does finish up really fast, so nice catch on the drop. 1 Widow Mine. Oh, it's going to catch 5 workers. Poor arrogfire didn't need that. Future now leading in workers. We have a contained to 3 base Protoss, which is not good. He's going into Templar Archives, another Robo. It's pure gateway units, and he hasn't really been able to attack. That's one problem with Stargate. If you don't really use the tech and going into like Phoenixes or something, which is kind of tough against Bio, but eventually the army becomes mostly Marauders, typically, is going to be a bit of a problem. So Phoenixes are still decent against Marauders, at least you can pick them up, but it's relying on the fact that there's less Marines. The Widow Mines also make it a bit of a problem too, so. All right, we have a Big Daddy Immortal coming, +1 ground armor for a Protoss. Psionic Storm on the way. Storm takes a while to research, but you should be able to get some out quicker than Extended Thermal Lance Colossus, obviously. That's at no Ghost Academy just yet, but we're going into ship weapons, so he might get into Liberators pretty quick. It could, if he goes into Vikings, that could be a godsend for a Protoss player, but I have a feeling we're going to see Liberators in +2 in Advanced Ballistics a little quicker this game, which is actually scary. Oh, Terran Force already ready to greet arrogfire. arrogfire does have some storms, lands a juicy storm. However, there's 2 Widow Mines. Oh, actually, nice evade. That said, arrogfire's just setting up for a 4th base, but guess what? He's going to have to cancel this right away. Very unlucky timing. Does he do so? He sees the army. He really needs a... Okay, he does get to cancel the last second. arrogfire can't defend. It's going to be hard to hold. He does have some Stormy boys in the War Prism. 1 additional over here. The Widow Mines is finishing up the... Oh, catches them at the last second just in time. This would be a good opportunity for Future to push in here, but he's going to have to walk all the way around. 4th base being attempted right here. Actually, he's not going to do it. He's going to regroup. I think he's just going to go for a full assault on this base. 2 Widow Mines going to prevent any damage here on the right side. Scan does not see any army, and the Scan is not seen either. Oh, now it is. He saw the tail end of it if he was paying attention. Tough call. We are going into Ghost, though. Ship weapons is finishing up. And a 2-2 for our Terran player. That said, +2 ground weapons on the way for Protoss. He didn't drop another Forge because he couldn't really do so and was unable to take a 4th. That said, Future already has his 4th established. Ghost Academy down there. This could be really rough. So even without Enhanced Shockwave just yet, this is a scary Terran army. Vikings in production. We don't have any Robotech, really. It's just Immortals. So on Tier 1 Robo for our Protoss player. And let's see what happens. Oh my god, Guardian Shield activated. Nice. Do we get some storms? Yes, we do. Almost gets his own zealots. Oh, barely saved. Look at that micro. He saved that High Templar. That was insane. Okay, he storms to clean up the remaining Widow Mines that he sees, but there's still more kind of peppered in a line. Oh my god, look at this. Linear Widow Mines in each spot for Protoss location. Pretty crazy. arrogfire setting up for a 5th base over here. He has no control on the other side of the map, and he is behind. He really needs to do God's work to take care of this army, get a 5th, and establish some kind of, like, a drop. He needs to get a Warp Prism into the main or something, distract our Terran player. Because so far, the ball's been in Future's court. arrogfire's had decent trades, considering, but he's just been retaining. He hasn't been able to economically get ahead. Future going for a 5th base behind us. An enhanced shockwave finishing the fight, but a lot of the EMPs being used. High Templar in the Warp Prism. Could come in good. Yeah, they come in clutch. Oh, beautiful save. The Archon tanks the Widow Mine hit, which kind of sucks. But that said, he saved the High Templar. Gets another storm. One of the Widow Mines is cleaned up. A Stalker joining from the back. We do have Colossi now. The Vikings will come into play a little bit. There's not a lot. I like that our Terran player didn't overinvest in him. But now he could probably hammer down. The ship weapons are going to help against the Colossi. It's only one Colossi. No extended thermal lance. Second robotics facility coming down. And it's just going to be +2 ground weapons. We do have upgrade parity for Terran. He's not going into 3-3 just yet, though. Oh, no. The Widow Mine does hit the Archon. Doesn't matter. There's a shield battery right there. And arrogfire going for a 5th base. The 5th CC finishing for Future just now. These Widow Mines are damn annoying. Brilliantly placed from our Terran player. Look at that damage on these medevacs, though. So they don't have a lot of energy for 1, for 2. They're going to be scouted. This push, the Observer comes in clutch. We do have a Photon Cannon. Actually, a Swift Reeves can take out the medevacs, but Future's medevac control is usually pretty good. Is still going to be so. Actually, that Photon Cannon helping, so we can clean up some of the Widow Mines. Another coming in from the back. Oh, arrogfire does catch it. Can arrogfire buy his way back into the game? I think a lot of it... Oh, Widow Mine cleaned up. Yeah, he really wants to catch these medevacs, but can't do so. And the Terran army coming into the side. Did we get a Psionic Storm before this? He doesn't have the energy. He might have... Yeah, oh, Widow Mine kills one of the High Templar. Does land a Storm, though, in the army. And there's not a lot of medevacs in support over here. Everything's going to kind of parade push over to the side. Colossi's in trouble. The shield battery fell. And it's just Stalkers fighting over here for now. Actually, the Colossi going to take some hits from the Viking before it falls. Second Colossi coming in. Big Daddy Immortal actually going to help in a very Marauder-heavy army. Actually, with probably less micro because it's mostly Marauders, so the likelihood of them catching is pretty good. But that said, there's just so much Future. Most of it's on the other side of the map, but it's parade pushing it in. Colossi micro is going to help a little bit. These medevacs are pretty drained, but there are 2 with full energy. It's looking bad for arrogfire. He's only got 22 army supply. He's trying to get in here, trying to do God's work, and feedbacks aren't really going to matter. GG is called, and Future takes it in the 3-0. Very good series, and very good couple of series. Thanks again to AlphaX and Sushi for bringing me on a cast. Guys, I'm insanely behind on stuff. Was not planning to do this, and you guys were right. Dave streamed under 12 hours from when I had my subathon. When I ended my subathon. And it did take me a while to go to sleep for some reason. Very good job by all. All right. All right. Am I checking? Why would I be checking the Discord right this second? That's exclamation mark Benja, but I think I need to add that Terran Imba. Yeah, I already know I was under 12 hours, buddy boy. We ended at like 3 in the morning or some shit. Or if not, I was right there. Oh, that's what you're saying. Yeah, I technically did. I was just at 12 hours from it. I ended at 2:48 a.m. according to Twitch. Oh, that's what you're saying, yeah. No, I just remember you guys talking about it last night. You and a few people. You called it. I was here. And guys, we're going to raid somebody because I have shit to do. I'll be back later. More than likely. Because now I've missed what I need to do. I might be if some time, actually. So, all right. Anyway, guys, let's go raid somebody. Thank you again. Sushi, AlphaX, Some Drunk Canadian, and Basico with the resub for 2 months with Prime. I'll be back later. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Twitch is not muted. Hello? All right, let's go. Raid Reno. You know what? Jason just got us yesterday, too. What do you guys think? I think we should get Juggernaut Jason. He's been raiding me quite a bit. I was going to say Sal. He's back from being sick. What you guys call Sal or Up a Tree or Juggernaut Jason? Juggernaut Jason I'd like to because he's been pretty supportive lately. Yeah, thank you. How you doing, Marco? Guys, I'll catch you later. Let's go say hi to Jason. Well, we got everybody here. And thanks again. Just give it a second for this to actually click on. All right, everybody, hang tight for the raid. Jason, for sure. All right. Good to see you, Bad Man or Two. Miss you. I'll be back. I'm going to go take care of business.